Hey friends! So, I figured we talk about dreams. Everybody keeps hitting me up asking me about dreams. What's going on lately? Is there something happening out here with dreams? So, let's talk about the dreams. Starting, when was it? May 4th. I believe it's Neptune went. Is it Neptune? Fudge balls. I probably should have been a little bit more prepared for this. I believe it was Neptune though. Went retrograde. So this rules dreams. If you have been having crazy dreams for, let's say, it started for me about a week ago, but I move with energy as well. So I started having some pretty wild dreams. I have also heard of not having dreams or not being able to recall dreams. Somebody had said to me like, oh, I used to dream, but now I don't think I do anymore. So I got a couple of things for you. One, it could be as simple as your third eye is blocked and you're not really having those dreams. Two, you're not getting into that kind of cycle of sleep, which is okay because you could fix that. You could fix all of it. I don't believe there's really anything we can't fix. So it was that. Boom, boom, boom. And then I feel like I had another one I was gonna say. Oh, yes! You could be dreaming. You might not be remembering. You could be off doing stuff, and when you want to call it the dream realm, another realm, our bodies are always working. Our body never stops. Energy never stops. It's like our vessels go into a state of rest. So that could be no dreams. Wild dreams. Now, sometimes, our imaginations just throw things in there. And then there are some times where it's even in the craziness and it's like, yeah, that can't be possible. There's some sort of truth trying to come forward to you. Now, these could be truths just from you yourself, and things that sit in your subconscious mind. It can be your higher self telling you too, like, now is the time where we need to start working on this. Most things, most dreams, even the weird little things, they're telling us something in some sort of way. For instance, the other day, I did a cord cutting ritual. It was my first time doing like a physical ritual with the candles and everything. I have done cord cutting when I go into a meditative state, and I've done it like that before. So it's like, yeah, I guess you could say energetically, esoterically, I cut cords. But then the other day I was like, you know what, this whole needs another oomph. I give it too much. Always keeping it a bean, right? I did a cord cutting ceremony with my sister, who is still here with us. And even all of that felt so liberating. Went to sleep that night. Had a dream about the other sister. She passed away 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And don't hold me on the time for any of this, really. I keep track of time with when my son passed away. Also because, I was pregnant with Belle, so I had my daughter the same year that my son passed away. I was like, oh yeah, she's 13. It's been 13 years. Me and time are so different. It is so beautiful. It's another thing I've discovered about myself that goes back, whatever. Back to dreams. See, this is all high. It's like talking for me bro, we could spend like days together and we could just talk and talk and talk, and I could talk. But then there are other days, like if you don't see me posting nothing for days, like sometimes I don't talk, you know, and I go into my own world and I'm off doing stuff, and then I'll come back and it's like, hey guys, I'm ready to talk for like 5 months now. So yeah, I did the cord cutting with my sister that was here, went to sleep that night, and buddy was other sister in them dreams. And when I tell you, she literally like grabbed me and she had me in the other, she pulled me into another room and she was like, I'm not letting you go. I woke up that next morning. I went to my ancestor altar and I'm like, oh guys, and my sister is on my ancestor altar because it's like a picture of her and my grandmother, and I work very heavily with my ancestors. I was thinking today I do want to do a cord cutting spell now, ceremony, ritual, whatever you want to call it. I call them all rituals because they're very ritualistic. And I want to do another one with her. So you heard me, right? Like those dreams, you know, this wasn't really me dreaming about her. You know, she hadn't been on my mind. You know, I was excited to let the other sister go, but then she was like, oh, no. You want to, my best advice, if you're having crazy dreams or repetitive dreams, you know, start writing them down. Even when you think like, oh, well, every day I wake up and I don't really remember them. You remember bits. We remember bits and pieces. You know, it could be just the smallest clue. If you could sleep with a little notepad and a pen near you, you know, mine are literally on my bed. I have a huge bed and it's just me alone though. So me and my books and notebooks are good there. But yeah, start writing some of that stuff down because they mean a lot. And even in those wild, crazy dreams, that could be a message that you really need to hear. It might not be something bad. You know, some of my wild dreams last week, there's this one thing that had happened to me. And, you know, when I was trying to figure out and understand that whole dream, it was so liberating because I handled it so differently, that situation, than I would have handled it 2 years ago. And I'm not sure if I would have noticed that growth in that area, you know? And it was like, I've had that dream before, but it was just the way I handled it, the way I was in that dream this time was different, you know? And then when I broke it down and understood the dream, I'm sitting here, I'm like, atta girl, Dane. You just keep doing it. Keep lighting them up. So those dreams, write them down. Start writing pieces of them down. You know, I could be your higher self telling you we're ready. Let's tackle this, you know, and process some of it. Also, I can tell you, if you have mirrors in your room, cover the mirrors. Mirrors are definitely portals, so you want to cover them. As well as, what are you drinking your water out of at night, guys? Is it like a water bottle and you got the lid on it? Okay. If you're just drinking out of a cup with no lid and it's just like a open cup like this. Oh, it's my favorite Wawa drink. So I told you guys I did my quantum leaps and everything, and I was saving all that energy. It's also saving energy, but like I like to do better things for myself. So it was like, you know, getting rid of that addiction to coffee, not necessarily caffeine. I took a break on both though. And now I got this fantastic Wawa drink. Oh, I quit the alcohol too. And this is just a fucking pina colada with no alcohol. It's like, I replaced the alcohol with a pump of caffeine. And the caffeine is made out of green tea, ashwagandha, and some something. So, it's the little things. You don't want to keep the open water by you while you sleep either. Water is a portal also. So, careful for that. When I say portals and such, I say we in the spiritual world, man. Whether you want to believe it or not, all around us is like a spiritual warfare thing too, you know? Now, you have somebody that's constantly like wishing bad upon you, you know what I mean? You've got somebody that's really like out for you and everything. They're constantly putting that into the universe, right? They are making some sort of entity out of all that negativity they drawing up against you, right? And then you got the open water, it's a portal. You got the mirror uncovered, it's a portal. So all those bad wishes, right? 100% come in a form of a messed up dream. You got that open portal right there, and those entities just, let's grab that energy, you know? And let's give her this. Let's give him that. Have him sleeping on that. Wake up all fucked up in the morning. You know? And just start writing the dreams down if you can. You're watching me now. You got dreams that you're like, yeah, I still remember this one dream. I still remember the one dream that I had when I was younger. Y'all want to hear this? Stupid ramblings of Dane. I guess I was at school. I went to Catholic school from like pre-K to 8th grade. And we used to have like assemblies, you know, and my landlord's home. We used to do like, you know, like those holiday shows and stuff like that, you know, and talent shows and everything. So everybody used to fill in the auditorium, all the parents and everybody who was coming to watch. And then we all used to go into our classrooms and, you know, wait for the time to go, you know, into the auditorium and perform and whatever. And that was like really the only time we were able to like walk the hallways and like kind of go back and forth and not really get in trouble. We were there in my dream, and all of a sudden my clothes just poofed and they were gone, and I was naked, and then there was an alligator chasing me down the hallways. And needless to say, I think I wound up, you know, on, I don't even know if there really was a top row now. Oh, I wish I could go back to that school and walk around and remember like what's in my messed up dreams and what's really real from that school. I've had multiple dreams of that school. But yeah, I wound up, if there is a balcony, I was on the balcony and I'm like running behind, I'm trying to hide behind like all the chairs naked and stuff. Yeah, but some dreams, they're just weird. And I was really young. I mean, no, I was probably running and hiding from something at that point in time too. But yeah, so there's your dreams, and welcome to retrograde, which always likes to stir some things up for us. Mind over matter. Mind over matter, you know. Everybody's like, oh, retrograde, something's retrograding, that means something's gonna be messed up. No, it just means that it's coming to stir us up and see what we could shed, let go of, you know, learn. There's so many different ways, you know, to take it, really. It could be any of them. So that's it for dreams. And if you guys have any questions, anything about them, or you want help breaking them down, interpreting what they might mean, just let me know. I'm here for you. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. Step outside and get some prana.